That's my area of expertise, is the forecast. So this morning we're starting off cold and we have quiet conditions, something we haven't seen all week long. We do have some patchy to dense fog down in Branson. It's 32 degrees right now. Some patchy to dense fog in Springfield and West Plains and in Mountain Home. So you might want to leave a few extra minutes for your morning commute. 27 in Clinton, 32 in Camdenton, and 31 in West Plains. We have calm winds, we have clear skies, we have below freezing temperatures. All of the ingredients we need for some light frost development. I did find a thin layer of frost on my windshield this morning, a quick scrape and a defroster, and you should be good to go. We're expecting dry roads for the day today, a lot of sunshine, and that's what Futurecast will show you. We'll top off at 60. Then overnight tonight, upper 30s and lower 40s. Tomorrow, middle 60s, a lot of sunshine and breezy conditions. As the kids head out for trick-or-treating, they are going to need a light jacket. We'll start off our evening in the middle 50s, and then those will gradually drop back into the lower 50s, but no rain chances expected, and I have no rain chances at all on my 7-day. Middle 60s for Halloween. We'll have a cold front come in. That'll bring in some lower 30s on Sunday. We are back up near 60 on Monday. Then we are in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Plenty of sunshine as we head into the middle and end of next week.
Thank you, Beth. As you know, of course, Halloween is tomorrow. So if you've waited until the last minute to get a costume together, don't worry. Nyjah McDonald has you covered. She's here to share some last-minute options you can find just in your own home. Nyjah.
Yeah, Joe, well, good morning. Turning staple pieces into items you already own. Well, turning items you already own into these costumes or create a costume in a pinch. Now, I met with a Springfield cosplayer, Aranza Rodriguez, who co-founded a local nonprofit that helps bring cosplayers in our area together. You can take a look at some of her costumes there. Rodriguez says she recommends doing a do-it-yourself look.
For example, one of my favorite things in my closet is my little black dress. Most women will have a little black dress, and there's so much you can do with that. My favorite, I'm a huge Audrey Hepburn fan, so breakfast at Tiffany's, throw on some pearls, some heels, black glasses, and put your hair up, and you've got a classic Audrey Hepburn look. Depending on the type of black dress you own, you could also go with a Morticia Adams look, so that's always fun with those long nails, long black hair.
Well, Rodriguez says doing a DIY look can help you save some cash, especially if you're only going to be wearing the costume once.
Good advice. Thank you, Nyjah. We want to follow up on a story we told you about last night. Authorities have identified the victim in a fatal pedestrian accident that happened on I-44. 36-year-old Cullen May of Springfield was hit and killed by a semi-truck while walking near the road. It happened near Hazel Green in Laclede County around 7:15 last night. That driver, though, was uninjured. An Evangel University professor has also died from injuries suffered in a 5-vehicle crash in Ozark that happened last week. Dr. Joel Griffin was an associate professor of music and director of jazz studies at the university. Ozark police say the crash happened at the intersection of State Highway CC and Fremont Road on October 22nd. Griffin was immediately taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The incident is now also under investigation. An extra cold weather overnight shelter opened up last night for those that needed a place to stay. Community Partnership of the Ozarks has 2 standard overnight shelters, one for men and one for women. An extra men's shelter, though, also opened for last night only. If you'd like to learn about how you can volunteer at one of these or how to donate to help the shelter out, you can find this story over on ozarksfirst.com with that information. Need to put crime into focus for you now. The suspect in a deadly house fire in Springfield will be arraigned today. 46-year-old Pavel Samsonak is charged with 4 felonies, including second-degree murder and second-degree arson. He's accused of killing 66-year-old Alice Hale, then setting her house on fire to cover it up. Authorities found Hale dead inside that home earlier this month, and what looked like blood stains on the front and back doors. Samsonak says he found Hale with trauma to her head and face. A Springfield man charged with 3 felonies, including endangering the welfare of a child, will be sentenced today. 39-year-old Gregory Hartman tried to choke his 7-month-old at a house in Walnut Grove 3 years ago. The child's mother says he took the baby outside, shook the child, and put his hands around its neck. When officers arrived, they found Hartman's face down in the driveway with a lighter and pliers nearby. Witnesses say he had been trying to disconnect the gas line from a propane tank and may have been trying to set himself on fire. To some news from around the world now. Arsonists in Chile burned at least 9 vehicles and other heavy machinery in an act of protest. The area is the heart of Chile's important forestry and paper industry, and the trucks and machinery used by local businesses have been the target of arson attacks and hijackings. Individuals and groups claiming to represent the interests of indigenous people have in recent years set fire to things like that, costing tens of millions of dollars in damage. Thousands of Bangladesh Muslims were on the streets today to celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad and protest against France for the display of caricatures of the religious leader of Islam. Protesters carried placards featuring French President Emmanuel Macron, with some of them calling him the enemy of peace and saying France must stop this heinous activity. The caricatures are considered blasphemous by Muslims, and in a number of Muslim countries, there have been rhetorical attacks on France's leaders, accusing them of being anti-Islam. In some more local news for you, the Dickerson Park Zoo is returning 2 owls to the wild today. The barred owl and screech owl will be set free at 10 o'clock. They rehabbed at the Zoo Raptor Rehabilitation Facility. That release will be live streamed on the Dickerson Park Zoo's Facebook page if you'd like to see that. To a traffic alert for you now. The Missouri Route 76 bridge over Table Rock Lake will be closed for the next 2 days as crews replace a floor beam there. The road is planned to be back open at 6 a.m. on Sunday. Also in Branson, the westbound lane of Highway 76 between the Titanic Museum and Gretna Road will be closed today for the installation of a Christmas tree there. Traffic delays are expected, but it should be done by about 2 o'clock. Now let's take a look at what's coming up for you on CBS this morning.
Coming up, it's the final weekend, only 4 days to Election Day. We've got the latest on this most unprecedented presidential race. Plus, see how many companies are making it easier for their workers to vote this Tuesday. Coming up on CBS This Morning.
All right, everyone, Halloween is tomorrow, so...
Is it?
You've only said it 8 times, right? Kids are about to take as much candy as they can get, right?
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
That's the best part.
So in celebration of that, credit to SB Nation Online for piecing together that I'm presenting to you now, the candy lineup,
Okay.
or bracket, you know what I mean?
Which we love.
So we didn't have March Madness, so we got to do a bracket, guys, okay?
Of course.
And this bracket was printed out and circulated around our newsroom and really tore our newsroom apart in debate.
They always
Isn't that
do.
right?
They
Yes,
always do.
we have a lot of hot takes in the newsroom.
Very
We're not afraid to say
opinionated.
them.
So if you take a look, there's things like, Skittles versus candy corn. There's, what do you have? You also have the $100,000 bar versus caramel apple pop. They changed the name from $100,000 bar to $100,000.
M&M's, nerds. that was a
M&M's,
big one.
nerds, always big stuff right there. So what's happening? I've got the candy answer key, okay?
Oh, do
from what
you?
happened here. But I got to know, what were your guys' takes? What were you
picked
thinking in
Twix.
filling this out?
Twix easily made it all the way over, and it won.
I
No
picked
problem.
Only candy with the
Snickers.
Cookie Crunch.
Yes.
Snickers.
Snickers?
made
We're
it
Snickers.
All, the way.
All right, it's over here.
Is that the one with the swirling chocolate in the commercial? They all have that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Snickers was
Exactly, guys. So what I'm saying is our producer's talking in our ear right now saying she went Reese's. Reese's, the overwhelming favorite. Reese's peanut butter cups are classic, guys.
They're
Don't you think?
fine. It's just like there's so many other better things on this bracket.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I agree.
So out of 23 brackets filled out, the winner was Reese's. 9 people had Reese's as their candy champion right now.
I'll let it go.
I can see that.
I'll
And
let
I like
slide.
it. Their way through was easy. You beat Smarties.
Yeah.
Then Reese's playing Reese's Pieces in the second round.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
easy,
Reese's.
right? Reese's is the
I was
original.
gonna say,
so
I
you
think
go with
mine
that.
made it to the final 4.
Yeah, well,
But
it couldn't have.
Twix
It just beat
outbeat
Twix.
it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I have to say something that Beth
What
probably
you
will
got?
not agree with.
Hit me.
Candy corn made it to my final 4.
Are you joking?
Guys. It's when
Candy
do you
corn
eat?
really is good.
You're eating a candle. It's a flavored candle.
Do you eat it year round or just this time of year sort
I
of
really
thing?
only eat it.
Do you
this
like
time
the
of
candy
year.
corn better or the pumpkins better?
Candy corn.
Better than the
For
pumpkins?
sure.
Yeah.
Candy corn.
I get you.
All
So,
right.
whenever I was trick-or-treating as a kid and I would get the candy corn, I would try and pass it off to my brothers. They wouldn't take it. So then,
Garbage, right in the
luckily, my
trash.
father would,
See,
pick
just
up
give
the
me
reins.
all
Your
your
dad
candy
eats
corn
candy corn?
kids.
I mean, he'll eat anything, It's more so that than anything else. That's not bad, right?
No thanks.
So, pretty interesting. We got to put this up on our social media, though. all right?
Yes,
We'll have to have the link out here for this.
I'm
And,
curious. What was your pick?
Oh, sorry, guys. I had Twix definitely going.
Twix.
Twix is beating Skittles right here.
Yeah.
Skittles is underrated. You don't have to have chocolate all the time. Give me some fruit in
Mike
there.
and Ike's made it. Well, I guess Mike and Ike's didn't beat out Skittles, but
Yeah.
I like those two.
That's
not
why I
bad.
pick Jolly Ranchers, because sometimes I want something sweet.
This is also what I said. We were deprived of March Madness. This is still in my head, guys. We still didn't have March Madness, if you remember. So anything bracket, I'm up for it. We got to come up with something for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it maybe
There's
Thanksgiving
plenty
side
of
dishes?
things.
Yeah, side dishes,
Done.
mac and cheese all the way.
Oh yeah, that's going to be hands down the number one
I
favorite
love
for
it.
everyone, I think.
Oh, man. This is good. Anyway, yeah, look for us on Facebook and Twitter. We'll have to put this up, all
I
three
will.
of us, all
We
right?
definitely will.
And we got a good weekend on tap, right,
We
Beth?
do. Middle 60s for Halloween, sunshine every day for the next 7 days.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. Enjoy your Halloween.